Allie LaForce is our reporter. Right side, Edwards. Outside, Alexander Walker. The dive for the ball. And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves able to keep the possession. Outside, Edwards. 5 on the clock. And it's blocked by Davis.
No chance. Davis just too much to handle on the defensive side.
3 on the clock. Edwards, that's good. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low. He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. McDaniels can't hit. Allie LaForce had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. Allie, what do you have to say?
We spoke about Kyrie Irving and what the most challenging thing about defending him is, and he told me, quote, just how creative he is when he's handling the ball. We want to keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, even if it means sending double teams occasionally. We'll see if this game plan works out for them, guys. Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Grant, we all know how good Kyrie Irving is, but he's especially lethal in the fourth quarter.
And his clutch moments go far beyond his series winner in the 2016 finals. He thrives in high-pressure moments and has done so his whole career.
Now here's Edwards. Shoots over Thompson. Edwards can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
To the middle. Outside Irving. Davis a screen. On the wing, Davis. And it's Gobert with a rebound. And the Timberwolves with possession. Here's Edwards. Washington grabs the miss. And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for the Mavs. Pass to Washington. DiVincenzo with a steal. Now Gobert. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Outstanding job converting it close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Minnesota. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Edwards with it. Now Thompson defending. It's McDaniels on the wing. Misses the 3. And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 1. Down low. Washington. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo.
The defense does just enough to alter that shot.
Shot is good by Edwards.
Well, look, Edwards plays with a lot of confidence, which makes him deadly off the catch.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Here's Alexander Walker. Outside Edwards. Back to Alexander Walker. Pass to Edwards. Lets it go from deep. And the three-pointer goes. Edwards has got 8.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, it may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Mavericks trail by 8. Pass to Gafford. To stop the run. And he lays it in.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's Edwards. Gafford grabs the miss. And so it's Dallas with it. Here's Dinwiddie. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Well, Dinwiddie is just relentless sometimes. He goes right into the defender and still gets it in the air.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
Gotta love guards that can finish inside. Is Dinwiddie on that list? Absolutely.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Up top, Edwards. Outside, Alexander Walker. Stolen by Dinwiddie.
Well, that's just great awareness. He was ready and took advantage.
Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Pass to DiVincenzo. Outside McDaniels. And here's Edwards outside. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Minnesota. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance. Okay.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Gafford. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. Minnesota with the ball. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks.
Yeah, doing it with speed and style. Edwards putting on a show at the rim.
Pass to Thompson. Here's Davis. No luck on that one. Nice D from Reid. The Timberwolves lead by 7. Outside Edwards. Reid with it. He's guarded by Gafford. It's Edwards on the wing. He's got 14. 4 on the clock. Reid can't hit.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
And here is Irving. Out to Thompson. Oh, and Clay makes that 3 look so easy.
With perfect mechanics, too. Klay Thompson's jumper is a work of art, an all-time shooter.
Here's Edwards. Again, the Timberwolves score. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
So he gets them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
And Irving has got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. They trail by 6. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Pass to Davis. Nice D from Reid.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line. That sends Julius Randle to the free throw line. P.J. Washington picks one up. The free throw drops for Randle. Mavericks trail by 9. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Here's Irving. Soft touch off the glass.
Oh, great concentration from Irving. He's focused on the rim, not the contact. Love it.
Inside. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Pass to Marshall. From behind the arc. Oh, the power. Anthony Davis.
And you really can't sleep on Davis's length, especially on the offensive glass.
To the wing on the left. Back to Conley. Outside McDaniels. Outside Conley. Wide open look. Good as the jump shot falls.
Well, we've all had those as coaches. That's a no, 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 yes type of shot.
Here's Irving. And Gobert with a block.
Yeah, the long arms, it's difficult to protect your shot from Gobert's reach.
And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker has built a role around defense and activity, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, he's started to understand that not everyone can be that superstar scorer, and he's carved out a role around hustle, but still capable of knocking down shots within the flow of the offense.
Powell outside. Gafford. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
Powell brings a double. Pass to Randle. Back to Conley. Shot clock at 5. Here's McDaniels. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. McDaniels got his first bucket in this one. Here's Christie. There's the triple. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Pass to Randle. To the inside. McDaniels, that's good. McDaniels got his second basket of the game.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
When you have Dinwiddie as a teammate, you have to be ready. Spencer is a tremendous distributor.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So both teams making some changes here.
Hey Siri, play some music.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
To the paint. Here's Davis. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Left side, McDaniels. Here's Reed. It's blocked. And so it's Minnesota in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. And so Dinwiddie will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 13-point game. And the shot's good by Irving.
Yeah, when we talk about guards, Kyrie is one of the best at scoring inside.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Miller with it. Left side read. Davis with a rebound.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Anthony Davis is letting it fly. He said, the way that teams are playing me, I've been getting back to the mid-range. It's an easier shot instead of fighting the double team, so that's all it is, continuing to trust it and shoot it. Brian, we've seen that jumper be a real weapon for him.
Yeah, that's a good call, Allie. Thanks. Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the three.
And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Now here's Washington. Out to Powell. Three-pointer. Again, the miss by Dallas. The Timberwolves lead by 12. Fires from the wing. Edwards gets the bucket. Edwards has got 20. Stand back in your early coaching days. What was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Mavericks trail by 15. On the wing, Irving takes a three. Connects from downtown. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Kyrie is a threat from anywhere beyond the arc, including those corners.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Irving for three. And Dallas hits again from deep.
And Kyrie loves putting on a show. This is what makes him so much fun to watch.
Edwards can't hit.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
Now Irving. He's got 12. Pass to Davis. Just 5 on the clock. Over McDaniels. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Minnesota leading by 11. Despite entering his 30s, Anthony Davis is not slowing down, Craig.
Yeah, B.A. And last year, AD put up the best rebounding numbers of his career. And his shooting percentage also very high. And just watching him, Davis is still an all-NBA caliber player, capable of taking over on both ends.
Powell with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Oh, and Reed with a block. Takes the three. Edwards can't hit. Mavericks trail By 13. Pass to Powell. Powell sets a screen. Here's Irving. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Outside Davis. Goes back up. And the basket is good. The call goes his way, and we could be looking at a three-point play here. The Mavericks making a switch here. Dallas shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. That free throw good from Davis. The Timberwolves lead by 10. A minute 9 left in the third quarter. To the inside. Reed. Outside Edwards. Here's Edwards cutting inside. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Down low. Davis. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Wide open. The Mavericks pull it in.
The defensive breakdown gives him a wide open look, but he can't take advantage.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. He goes up. Oh!
Wow! And right there, Edwards shows you his ability to impact both sides of the ball.
Pass to Davis. And Davis slams it home.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Randall on the screen. Edwards for 3. Anthony Edwards has been on display for Minnesota. He put together 10 points in the quarter. All right, we'll get back to the action after this. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Timberwolves lead by 10. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Get a report from Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He loves what the D has been able to accomplish, saying to his team, every turnover is a big success for us. Keep forcing those errors. Don't let them feel comfortable out there. So expect them to keep trying to be disruptive.
All right, Allie, thanks once again.
That's cool.
Edwards packs it home.
Yeah, I really like when Edwards shows this kind of patience, allowing the play to develop over time.
And then Davis punches it home.
And that's unbelievable. Davis sky high doing his thing.
Pass to Randall. Fires the 3. Davis with a rebound. Mavericks trail by 10. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Inside. And Davis slams it home.
And what you love most about Davis is his confidence, because it's what helps him take over games.
Out to the right wing. Back to Edwards. To the middle. Here's Gobert. Here's Edwards. Shot clock at 6. From deep. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And Davis with the block. Thompson with a steal. Pass to Washington. Outside Davis. Look at Davis go to work on the interior.
Yeah, between his length and touch, Davis is the perfect interior player.
Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Reed for 3. Out to the wing. To the paint. Here's Randall. Pass to Gobert. 6 on the shot clock. To the left wing. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Sit down.
Thompson picks one up.
Well, it's so difficult to outsmart Edwards as a defender. He'll just come right into you.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Both free throws good for Edwards.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Davis hits.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Edwards. Back to Alexander Walker. Lets the 3 fly. Knocks down the long J.
That's the second time I did that.
And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, and hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
And it's Edwards with the ball for the T-Wolves.
Sit down. Yeah.
And looks like an illegal pick was sent. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Thompson right side. 4-3. Minnesota with a rebound. Here's Edwards. Ooh, Washington with the defensive effort. Mavericks trail by 9. Poke loose.
What the heck was that?
DiVincenzo with a steal. Pass to Alexander Walker. Now here's Gobert. Here's Edwards. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Calm down.
Dallas now, time running out. And here is Irving. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Right side Edwards. DiVincenzo. The rebound by Klay Thompson. Pass to Irving. It's stolen. Inside Edwards. They grab their own miss. Gobert inside. There's the double with Thompson. Tries yet again. Gobert no good. And short of a miracle, they're walking out of here with a tough loss.
They fought all night. A terrific effort, but they just couldn't make enough big plays.
And Edwards slams it in.
Well, look, you can't let Edwards get this close to the rim because he will dunk it on you.
Here's Alexander.